He fell off a cliff and survived 5 days. No arms, no legs, no hope. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of the deepest canyon in North America. The wind is howling in your ears. Below you, nearly 1,000 feet of empty air. At the bottom, rocks like the teeth of some ancient beast. You take one step, and your foot slips. One step, 1 second, and suddenly you're falling. That's exactly what happened to Eric Walker, a regular guy from Arizona who one day decided to visit the Grand Canyon to film a video for his small YouTube channel. He wanted to show the world nature's beauty, but nature showed him its true face. This is the story of a man who fell into the abyss and lived to tell it. A story that sounds almost impossible. Chapter 1: The Last Step. Eric Walker, age 29, worked as an outdoor guide in national parks. He loved nature. He loved pushing limits. He loved filming himself climbing cliffs, jumping off ledges, and sharing stories about the wild. He only had 5,000 subscribers, but he dreamed big. In June 2018, he went to the Grand Canyon, alone. No friends, no radio, no satellite phone, just a backpack, some water, minimal food, and a GoPro strapped to his chest. He picked a little-known trail, Horseshoe Mesa Trail, narrow, steep, with sheer drop-offs on both sides. Tourists avoid it. Locals call it cursed ground. But Eric wasn't scared. He thought, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. That day, it was blazing hot, 108 degrees Fahrenheit. The air shimmered. The rocks burned. He walked along the cliffside, filming as he spoke into the camera. Just look at this view. It's like God carved this place with a knife. Then, his foot slipped. The rock beneath him shifted. One step, one instant, and he was airborne. The GoPro kept rolling. Chapter 2: The Fall into Hell. Eric fell for 12 seconds. 12 seconds of pure terror. 12 seconds of watching the rocks rush up at you, hearing your bones break, knowing this is it. He fell 942 feet, like falling from a 90-story skyscraper. And yet, he survived. Later, experts said, "You should have been pulp." But Eric hit a narrow ledge, a sandstone shelf, barely visible from above. He slammed into it back first, shattered ribs, broken spine, torn liver and spleen. His right leg was nearly severed. His left arm dislocated, bone jutting through the skin. But he was conscious. The GoPro landed nearby, still recording. On the footage, a groan, then silence, then a weak, trembling voice. What? What just happened? Eric lay on a ledge just 6 feet wide. One side, solid rock. The other, open air. 200 feet below, canyon floor. Above, sky, mocking him. He couldn't move. The pain was unbearable. Every breath felt like knives in his chest. He tried to call for help, but no one could hear. Around him, nothing but desert silence. Not a soul for miles. Chapter 3: Alone in the Wild. The first 24 hours, he was sure he'd die. He'd lost a lot of blood. His body temperature was spiking. Dehydration set in fast. Nights were freezing, down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Days, blistering heat. He couldn't move. His backpack had tumbled into the abyss. No food, no water. Just the GoPro, still filming. By day 2, he realized, if no one came, he was dead. He started a mental diary. Spoke out loud to stay sane. My name is Eric Walker. I fell off a cliff in the Grand Canyon. I'm alive. I'm not giving up. He remembered his childhood, his mom, his ex-girlfriend. He talked to the rocks, to the wind, to the sun. Hallucinations kicked in. He saw an old man sitting beside him saying, You won't die, but you have to choose. Give up or fight. On day 3, he understood. Water equals survival. He noticed a thin trickle running down the canyon wall, condensation from morning dew. So he started crawling on his belly with a broken spine, a dislocated arm, every inch. Agony. But he made it to the wall, licked the damp stone, drank morning dew. That's what kept him alive. Chapter 4. The Day He Became a Survivor. By day 4, Eric realized he wasn't a man anymore. He was a survivor. He stopped thinking about home, friends, the future. All that mattered were 3 things. Water. Don't fall asleep. Don't give up. He started eating whatever he could find. Spiders crawling on the rocks. Ants. Even chewed on a piece of rotten wood the wind had torn from a tree above. He couldn't taste anything. But he felt his stomach clench. Still alive. And he wasn't quitting. He started noticing the birds, eagles circling above. They could see he was weak. They were waiting for him to die. He stared up at them and said, "You're not getting me. I'm not your prey." Chapter 5. The scream that changed everything on day 6. He heard voices from below, from the canyon. A group of hikers was descending the trail. Eric tried to scream, but his voice was gone. He gathered every last bit of strength, crawled to the edge of the ledge, and with a scream ripped from the depths of his soul, he roared, "Help! I'm here!" The hikers froze. One looked up, saw the silhouette, a man, on a narrow ledge. He raised his hand and collapsed. Chapter 6. Rescue. And a new battle search and rescue arrived 4 hours later. The helicopter barely managed to land on the narrow ledge. They lifted Eric onto a stretcher. He was in shock, dehydrated, starving, but he was alive. At the hospital, doctors were stunned. Spinal fracture, 5 broken ribs, internal organ damage, infected leg wound, severe dehydration, stage 4, but he survived. 3 months later, he stood on crutches. 6 months in, he was walking again. Chapter 7. What he said after. A year after the rescue, Eric gave an interview. He said, "I used to think death was darkness, but it's not. Death is silence. When you're lying there alone and no one answers, that's death. I chose noise. I talked. I screamed. I lived." He doesn't climb cliffs anymore, but he still makes videos, just not about adventure. Now they're about survival, about mental strength, about how much a person can endure, way more than they think. Chapter 8. The lesson in this story. Guys, this isn't just a story about a fall. It's about the strength inside all of us. We don't know we have, until we're staring into the abyss, and the only choice is live or give up. Eric wasn't a superhero. He was just a regular guy. But he never stopped fighting. He drank dew off rocks, ate spiders, talked to hallucinations, all for one reason, to make it one more day.